Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got a very cool knife sent in by my buddy Garey. This is the Hoback Kwaiback. This is the Knife Center exclusive version. But first off, let's talk about this box. If there was smell-o-vision, man, this thing is awesome. So another cool thing is that it comes with the tools for disassembly. Talks about his, guarantee and whatnot. It has all the specs here on the back, which we'll talk about. And then it has a very cool, cutout for the knife and all of that. It's just, again, as I've talked about before, presentation, packaging is important. And, and this is it's a lightweight type of a box, but they went to the extra effort and the time to put it in something cool rather than just a zippered pouch. I don't know. It's the little attention to detail that really says something to me about a maker, a knife, and whatnot. So this is one of the production models. They call it the ultra high-end production. Close length is 5 1/4. Overall length is 9 inches, 3.67 blade, 3.62 for cutting edge. Now this one the card says that it's CPM 20 CV, but also in some different videos, they did a run of CTS XHP blades, but I'm gonna go with this one being in CPM 20 CV. It is 0.187 thick. Overall thickness is 0.561, and this weighs in at 5.5 ounces and runs on some thrust bearings, which is probably just washers. It did not take it apart, but man, let's zoom in on this thing. It's kind of a trailing tanto, they call it. Now this is not, this kind of swooped up blade is not necessarily my style, but they did this really, really well. So some of the exclusive pieces on this is the bed form custom milling, which is these ridges that you see here, kind of like at the, the bed of a river. It adds some texture. It adds some, visual flair to it. You can reverse this, so it is left or right-handed. The clip does really well. It functions great. It's even got that milling down here in the lock bar cutout. That part, this bed-formed milling that they call it, is part of the Knife Center exclusive. You're only going to get that milling at Knife Center. It has a removable lock bar insert, or I guess you could call it removable, but it's replaceable. You wouldn't remove it and not have it, right? And another cool thing, and this is on all the Hobacks, is it has a rolling detent. And I don't know, we can maybe see it in here. So the detent ball right there at the edge is actually a ball bearing. And so as the blade is opening or closing, instead of just sliding across that detent ball, the ball is actually rolling, so it's less friction. So it makes for a very consistent and smooth action. And you can adjust that. So you can tighten that down or loosen that up and dial in the detent, hardness or strongness, if you will, firmness that you want to get the deployment that you're seeking. Again, flipper deployment and detent is kind of a subjective thing. Some people like it really light. You just kind of tap it and it goes. Other people want almost finger braking so that you have to really build up and then boom, it fires. So this gives you the ability to do that on your own. This feels absolutely great in the hand. I mean, You can choke up on it because it's very comfortable that way. You can hold it back, hammer style, saber style. I mean, there is a lot of ways to hold this knife, even in a reverse grip, which again, I don't quite understand, but it's a great to put your thumb here. I mean, all in all, while aesthetically, this kind of swooped up, almost Persian style is not my favorite, this knife works really well. There's a lot sticking out of your pocket at the end of the day, which I don't love that part, I'm going to be honest. But again, action is great. The feeling, the fit, the finish is just amazing. And this is the production version. These are about $500 or so at Knife Center. And, you know, his customs go way higher than that when you can get them. So here it is next to the Sharpie. I think this is a great size. You know, that 3¼ inch or 3.5+ inch blade size is kind of my jam. So Spyderco Delica. Since we got it, how about the Spyderco Endura? Almost same size, a little bit shorter, obviously thinner and, you know, more pocket friendly, if you will. Although this is a dream to carry. It totally great. Holt Spectre. So yeah, not a small knife by any means, but not gigantic. The 523, about the same size. Shaped a little different, but very similar size all the way around. The Hoback is thinner with a thicker blade. But all in all, both great knives. A little bit more drop sheddy on the 5th. But yeah, this is a great knife. You know, it is a little sharp. If I got to pick out a couple things, again, all makers, you should kind of knock this edge down just a little bit, in my opinion, because it's not going to cut you, but it, you know, it can be a little uncomfortable at times depending on how you're holding, depending on how you're manipulating the knife. That could be a thing. And it takes 2 seconds to kind of knock that edge down. Just a hair, just a tiny bit, and you're good. So anyway, I love the color on this. I think it did come in a coyote brown type of color as well. But very cool knife. The fit and finish is great. And when it is closed, the blade is fully encapsulated in the handle. You know, it's actually recessed a little bit. Very much like the Holt Spectre, where it's just completely smooth. The Kwaiback is also just kind of recessed in. So the only thing in your pocket is the flipper tab to get in the way of anything. It's just, I don't know, it's a really nice, compact, and nice package. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And have yourselves a great day. We'll see you on the next one.